Good morning. It is 5:25 in the morning.
It is, yeah.
And we thought we'd vlog our day today. We are just going to go out and walk Alfie. He is on the floor somewhere. I don't know if I can show you him. He's wandering around somewhere.
Yeah.
There you go. Down there, somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, so we're just off to walk Alfie, and then something a bit different from us. We're actually going to hit a boot sale, aren't we?
Yes.
We
haven't
decided
been to one for ages, so.
We decided to kind of just give it a go today, didn't we?
Yeah, we kind of don't need the stock.
We don't need the stock,
but
so we're going to be a bit picky.
So
we don't expect to come back with a great deal, because there is a certain amount of value that we are looking for.
So we'll see what we can find.
We can see what. Yeah. There we go. You said it. Okay. There we go.
Okay, guys.
Super cold.
It's so cold. We decided to come to the boot fair. We've just finished, actually.
Yeah, we have.
And wow, it's so cold. My feet, my hands, even with gloves on.
Yeah, we got here just
Jesus.
a little after 7, wasn't it? I think.
We did. Yeah, we had to pay a £5 each to get in, which is a lot. However, we got a couple of bits which will cover us.
We only come back with a bag.
Yeah, we're being really specific,
really picky about
what we're picking up.
Yeah,
because we only want to pick up stuff that's going to be worth putting on, because we've got plenty of stuff.
We don't need the stock.
We don't need stuff. It's
we just kind of felt like we should come out.
We fancied it again, really.
Yeah.
I think we woke up and were like, oh, I fancy the boot fair, and that was it, really. And
so we set ourselves.
Well, we wake up with the dog every day anyway, so we were like, why not?
Yeah, he woke us up at 4 this morning, didn't he? 20 past 4, I think he woke us up.
Starts whimpering.
Yeah, sometimes he's really good and he gets to, you know, like 5:30, 6 in the morning.
But yeah, we're going to go and grab a bit of breakfast, and then we'll show you guys what we picked up.
Cutting off your face there.
That's alright, don't worry about it.
There you go. Bye. So we're back home, and this was one of the things we picked up from the boot sale this morning. It wasn't to resell, it was just so that Alfie had a new pillow. I think he likes it, but he keeps biting it.
Okay guys, we're back home now.
We've been at home for a while, having a bit of a lazy day, aren't we?
We've been home for a while. So we, just to recap, we went out, did a boot fair because we fancied it, but we went out with a very specific idea. Yeah,
our aim was to set ourselves a limit as to what kind of return we were looking at.
Yeah, we've got enough kind of bread and butter stock that sells regularly. Like with the RC parts, we go on and on about them, and we're sorry if we go on about them too much, but they are pretty much most of what we're selling every day.
That's what's selling every day.
Yeah, and so that's great. So when we went out to the car boots, we were keen to only buy things that were going to be nice sales, nice chunkier sales, or like a bit more exciting sales that we went there with the aim that ideally we want to get like £30-40 plus sales from whatever items we were buying. So that made us look a lot differently at the car boot. I mean, so we picked only about 3 or 4 items up.
I think it was about a total of 4. Yeah, one of them was chucked in with them, wasn't it? So,
exactly. So we're going to show you what we picked up. So
do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. This was the first pickup of the day, and this is, I don't tend to buy plush very often because it's just, I've bought it in the past and it just hangs around a bit too long for my liking. But this was quite an interesting item. This is a baby Sinclair soft toy. So this is from the 90s Disney TV show called Dinosaurs.
He does need a bit of a clean up.
He does need a clean. I'm not sure how that's going to happen. He's got some mankiness.
That's alright. I'll see if I can get that out.
Yeah, if you can get that out, that would be amazing. Like using a bit of vanish. He needs a little bit of a clean. He's not in perfect condition.
No.
But when I saw him, the guy at the stall was asking £30, which is not bad, but it doesn't leave a huge amount of profit. So
and it was still quite early on in the morning. It was like one of the first stalls we.
And he's actually a pull string. He's got a pull string on him. So if you pull this pull string, that's his like. That's what people of the 90s will remember from.
From him. Should we do another one?
No, okay. Oh, did you let that go slowly? Because that's what he used to call his dad when he used to come home, isn't it? Hello, fat boy, or something. This is baby Sinclair, and he used to like smack his dad on the face with a frying pan and stuff like that, and say not the mama and whatnot. And it was like The Simpsons with dinosaurs, but in real kind of puppets.
It was a really cool cartoon.
It was okay. It was good. It was like, you know, the dinosaurs.
Okay.
I mean, I've done well. The reason why I need to pick this up, by the way, guys, was because we've done well with the dinosaurs before. We actually found the whole family previously. We did. For like a few pence, like each. They were in like a you know, one of those little crates at the bottom where people are just selling figures in them for 20p, 30p, or a mishmash. And we got them all for you know, very cheap, and we sold them as like a £30 or £40 for the whole family, which is pretty good. So I had an idea this would be worth something, and when the guy said 30 quid, I was like, oh, okay. And I went.
And then you come back over to me, didn't you?
Yeah. And I just went back and said, I'm just going to try 20. I said that's the most I'm willing to do. So I just offered him 20, and he accepted. So I was pretty pleased. So 20, and he also chucked in. Can find him. He also chucked in the figures, like the dad figure.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all he had.
Because he only had the dad.
He only had the dad. Yeah. So these figures aren't amazing. They're actually quite detailed. Yeah. But they're not. You know, they don't articulate. They're just like solid. But it is an official Disney toy. Not a huge amount of value. I mean, what we're going to do.
This one hasn't got much value in. We're kind of glad it was a chucked in kind of piece rather than.
We'll switch over and then I can show what the deal is. So this is an example of what this guy has sold for. So you know, in similar condition to ours, I think. So we paid 20 for him and that figure, and someone got 66.99. Which is pretty good. You know, I'd say that's a pretty good return. It's a nice sale when it happens. You know, theirs looks in good condition. Ours I'd say it's similar actually. It's not too bad.
It just needs a clean up. It looks
he's got a little smudge on his eyeball, which is a shame. But hopefully we'll get decent money. We'll hold out. We're not in a rush. Not in a too great a rush to shift. But so that was the first pickup. And then this little figure. Is an example. That one went to auction for a £5 plus shipping, but it was thrown in, so every little helps, I suppose. And it will sell because, you know, people are interested in retro toys. So, you know, that isn't something we would have bought because obviously the value is low.
If he had the whole family, it's something that we probably would have considered, but that on its own we've
not enough value in that. But the baby Sinclair definitely has enough value, I think. And from £20, if we can get £60 to £70, that'll be a nice little sell, won't it? That'll be a nice little sell. Second item, you're really happy about this one, aren't you?
Second one I'm really happy with. I actually spotted this on a Ralph from the next stall, and I had to go and have a look at it.
We weren't necessarily going to get many clothes, were we?
We weren't. I wasn't looking for clothes today.
So that's giving it away what it is. But this is so cool.
It's a jumper. It's actually 100% wool.
And it is beautiful. It really is.
It's
so
made
soft.
in Scotland, and it's by the Maggie McMillan. Limited range. And
100% wool.
100% wool. Which is such a cool little pattern on it.
Yeah, it's got musical notes
really
basically,
bright.
hasn't it?
I mean, it was quite dark this morning, wasn't it? When we got there this morning, we got there about 7.
So soft.
But it is.
It's really soft.
Now, we picked this up for £5.
Yeah.
We couldn't do a massive amount of research on this.
Well, there's not a great deal to research.
No.
I mean, if anyone can help with it, that'll be great, but we've not found much Maggie McMillan made in Scotland gear, especially anything like this. Nothing with this pattern, and this is super soft. This is good quality. I mean, we found a similar kind of jumper. I mean, I don't. This is kind of a rough comparison. This here, when good condition, label looks a little worn. The photos weren't amazing, and I don't think the jumper itself is particularly nice. It is a wall jumper. It does have musical notes. That's the search parameters we used, and that went for £17 plus whatever the shipping was, and that was in the US, so $24 in the US.
Yeah.
But we paid £5 for it.
I've sold. The thing is, with jumpers that have been made in Scotland, I've actually sold some that have been plainer than this for about £30.
Yeah. A jumper like this, what would you say minimum?
I'm going to put it up high, is my response. I'm going to put it up for about 50.
Yeah.
And I may have to drop it down, but
50 is fair. I think that's fair. I think for the right person, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so nice.
If there was more information on the brand, I probably I'd probably go more along the lines of what I found, but because there's not much information.
That's the tag there. I don't know if it Maggie McMillan. Limited
and
range.
I think it's just such a cool jumper.
Yeah, 100%
I think maybe
wool.
because I like it, I want to put it up high.
Well, it's worth doing. Yeah, it's worth doing. I would say so, definitely. And then that leads us on to, I think, our last pickup.
Yeah. I don't know if we mentioned it at the start. We did not pick up many items at all. I just thought I'd put that out there.
Yeah, there was a guy that does house clearance. He's kind of regular. And I picked these two items up. I shouldn't have bothered picking this up, but I paid £15 for the both.
So if you see Casio TVs, don't pick them up.
Well, not that one anyway. I don't know about all of them. It's worth doing your research.
Yeah,
you never
definitely.
know. But that particular model there, I can show you is not worth a lot of money. The one there sold at £7 plus shipping at auction. They're not very. The thing is with these small TVs is they're not actually useful anymore because the signal's not being broadcast for you to be able to use them. So it's just going to be collectors buying them.
Yeah.
And people are selling these cheap. So I reckon a 10 is going to be the best. But the other part of it's 15 quid, but this is the main draw for me. This is an Olympus dictaphone. Dictaphones tend to sell pretty nicely, this one here, I've got an example of one that sold. Let me just go to the browser view again for £50, and that was just on its own by the looks of it. It just says good condition. There's one photo. It's not even showing it working, and they got £50 with free shipping. So I think we should be able to do okay on that, considering this is really good condition. It has been open, I think, but it's complete with, even had the batteries, the user manual. The case that's meant to come with it, and it's really good condition as well, so I think that'll do well. I could even potentially think about sending that up to Amazon, maybe see if I can get a little bit more, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that for as part of the £15. So much smaller haul.
It is.
It's not. We didn't want to. We saw lots of other things that we probably could have normally bought and made some money on.
And we just we tried to be as sensible as possible about it.
Yeah.
And we looked at it and
we've got enough bread and butter stuff between the zero.
It was falling in between the category of we might only get 10 to 15 bags.
Well,
maybe
I'd
even
say even
20,
a bit more.
then
It's
we
not
were just
enough
like,
because we've got so much stuff now that sells from between
that range.
Between the £0 and £30, we're pretty covered, aren't we? Between 0 and 30, we're selling all kinds of parts and bits
that's
regularly.
Where we're trying to go now, though, isn't it? It's although we have spoken about possibly getting another haul once the RC lot is done and listed.
I think our next lot might well be higher value. Because we've now got a bunch of low value.
Make sure the store kind of evens out a bit.
To keep that average selling price up.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's pretty much all we've got to share with. I think the rest of the day we're going to be just doing
out.
Well, I've got some shipping to do.
That's fine. You can do shipping.
Yeah, so I'll deal with that. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Bye.